Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today's topic is string function. This is the part 2 video and part 1 video I'm already discuss about the some more string function and the link is available in a description box. So today's topic is the replace function, concat function, equals function, equal ignore case function, compare to ignore case function, trim function, end with function and start with function, and the last one is value of function. So in this video I'm explaining this topic. So let's start our video. So firstly open a blue j. I'm already making a program. So in the replace function, that means used to replace a one character to the another character or one string to another string. Suppose we take a value from the user, that is string s. This is the statement to accept a value from the user, and the data type of s is string. So there is no need of int l, then we have to remove. Next, use a replace function. So in the replace function I am written s dot replace in bracket. In the first boxes there are two boxes or two comma. In the first one you can see that now. So this is the first one and this is the second one. First and second. This is the, in first place we have to write the old character that you want to replace, and the here you can write new character. This is the old character and now it is a new character. So suppose I want to replace the character x with a. X with a. I want to replace the character x with a and store in another variable, suppose p, and p is also a string because this function replace the character that are present in a string. So this function give the string value. So that string value is stored in a p variable. So the data type of p is also a string because it store the new string after replacing the character. Then print a new string. Then copy this one, control V, and print this new string, that is P. That is P and semicolon. I am written here some message, new string equal to quote plus. Now compile. There is no syntax error, but you remember one thing, you have to replace x with a. So we have to give any string, in that string x is present, otherwise it give the error. So next, let's compile, run our program, then here run and OK. So this is the output screen, and here we have to write the input. In input I am written here, suppose m x l x y x l x m. So if you can see here, I am written m x l x y x l x m. That means this is no meaning of that string, but after the press enter button you can see the new string is Malayalam. That means I am trying to written Malayalam, but in the place of a, by mistaken I am written here x. So the replace function replace this x with the a character. Replace function replace this x with the a character. So this is the replace function for the character. But if you want to change the character or replace a character with the string, suppose I am replacing one whole string. Suppose I am replacing the word green into a red. red. I am replacing the whole string green into a red and compile. This is a green and red both are string, so that's why I am using the double quote. Then compile a program. Next, the output screen will is there and return any other example. Suppose green is the best color. Suppose green is the best color. Oh, green, green. Then press enter button and we got the new output. What is the new output? This is the new string. What is the output? Red is the best color. So in the place of green, the green is replaced by the red. So we given the input green is the best color, but now we get the output red is the best color. So this is the replace function. Next we move to the another function. The next function is concat function. Concat function. Concat function is used to join two string. Concat function is used to join two string in the place of concat. So we remove this one. We remove this one. We take a the concat function is used to join two string. That means we have to take a two string as a input. So this is the string one, that means S1, and again we take one more string. So let's copy this one and paste, enter any string, and we can accept this string in S2. And here we can write the data type S1 comma S2. So now we are taking two string S1 and S2, and let's use the concat function. For the concat function we can use S1 dot concat S1 dot concat S2 semicolon and store in a one another variable, suppose p. So here p is a also a string because concat function join this two string, that means p is a string. So we have to put a data type p, that is string, and print a message again. New string is equal to plus new string is p. So next let's compile our program. There is no error. Then run this one. So enter any string. This is the message. So I am written here computer and again enter any string. So we have to write two string. That is I am written application. The second string is application. After the press enter button. Now our new string is computer application. That means it join two string without space. Firstly computer, then application. Let's clear a screen. Next, let's change some thing between the string. Let's firstly we have to write S2, then next change the S1, S2 and S1 and compile. So what is the output of that one? That means it join firstly S2, after that S1. Then run a program. Okay. Next, enter any strings. Firstly, I am written here computer, enter application. Application. Let's see what is the output. Output is that application. Output is that firstly it join the application. After that it use a computer. That means firstly it put a S2 string. then S1 string. So firstly we have put S2 then S1. So in the place of concat we also use one more function, that is the plus function. Plus function, that means plus sign. In the place of concat you can use the plus sign. So I am here using plus sign, S2 plus S1. So what it written, it is same as the concat function. It is same as a concat function. Let's run our program. Because in the place of concat we also use a plus sign. So first string is computer and the second string is application. So next, see that. So you can see that application computer and application computer both output are same. That means in this one we can use a concat function, and now we are using the plus sign. Plus sign for the in place of the concat function. So you can also use a plus sign. Next, when we have to want the space between these two strings, then we have to write double quote space double quote then plus. That means firstly it put a S2 string, then give us some space, after that S1 string. Let's compile and again this one, wait a minute, run our program. So enter any string. First one is computer and next one is application. So the new string is oh, the spelling of application is mistake. So you can see that application, then it put a space, after that computer, because in the place of between two string we put a space. So that's why it give the space between two string. That's a clear up program. Next we move to the next function. So our next function is equals function. Equals function, that means it check our two string are equal or not. So we already taken two string, that is S1 and S2. So let's use a equal function. That means we have to use a first string is S1. So write S1 dot equals then second string is S2 and semicolon, and it check both string are equal or not. If the both string are equal, it give the true, otherwise it give the false. If the both string are equal, it's this function give the true value, otherwise it return the false value. That means the data type of p is what? P store the true or false. That means now it is not a string, it is a boolean type of values. It is a boolean type of value because it store the true or false value. So now that is the, and the place of new string we write result is p. Compile our program, there is no syntax error, and next run a program. So this one, enter any string. In the first one I am written computer, and the second I am also written computer. So what is the output? Result is true because both string are same. So next we give the next value. Next value, that means different value. So in a different value, enter any string. First I am written computer and a second written Java. So let's see what is the output. Output is false because computer and Java is not the same. So it return a false value. And what about the case sensitivity? Case sensitivity, that means when we have to write capital computer and the small computer, what is the output? Let's check the output. Firstly, I am written small computer. This is the, I am written this computer in a small letter. After that, we have to use capital letter. That means capital COMPUTER. So what is the output? Output is false because the equal function doesn't match, doesn't ignore the case sensitivity. The equal function doesn't ignore the case sensitivity. That means it see that the capital C and the small c is different from, so it will return the false value. So what about the case sensitivity and what about the solution of this question? So the solution of this one is our next function. Next function is equal ignore case. So this equal function doesn't ignore the case sensitivity, but now the equal function ignore the case sensitivity. That means it can match the capital C and small c, both are same for this function. For this function, capital C and small c are same, but equal function capital C and small c is different. So next, use a equal ignore case. Equal, here I is a capital, ignore, and C is a capital. Equal ignore case. Let's compile the program. So now there is no syntax error. So next, run a program. So enter any string. Suppose I am written computer in a small letter, and next is capital computer. So you can see that small computer and the capital computer, it will return true, but for the equal function it will return false. For the equal function it will return false, but the equal ignore case it will return the true. So if you want to put any small and capital letters, so you can use a equal ignore case. Next function is a compare to or compare to ignore case. Compare to and compare to ignore case, this compare to function compare the two string. Compare the two string, that means which one is greater and the which one is small. The compare to function give the output in an integer form. Integer form, that means it will return 0, minus value, and the plus value. If the both string are s1 and s2 are same, suppose I am written here s1 s2 in the place of equal ignore case, clear this one and put a compare to, compare to S2. If the S1 and S2 are same, so the value of P is 0. 0, that means it are integer type of value. So the data type of P is integer. The data type of P is integer. If the S1 and S2 is the same, that means it return the value 0. Let's see that. Compile. Oh, there is spelling mistake. Compare to. CUMPARE, compare to. Let's compile and check the output. So enter any string. I am written here. Suppose compute. No, just remove that. Java. And the next one is again Java. So the result is 0. It return the 0 because both string, first string is Java, second string is also is Java. So the result is 0 because both are same. And next we give, when we give the different output, that means in the first we have to give Java, and the second string we have to return blue jay. So result is 8. 8, that means it give the positive value. It give the positive value. So it compare with the ASCII code. Firstly, it check the ASCII code of Java and the ASCII code of Blue Jay. Blue Jay, that means B. So the ASCII code of J is 75 and the ASCII code of Blue Jay is 66. So the difference of the 75 minus 66, so it will return the 8, that is positive value. And next again compile, and compile, that means we give the another input, that means firstly we give the, firstly I am written here suppose blue jay, and the second string is Java. So the output is -8 because it firstly take the ASCII value of B, that is 66, and the ASCII code of J, that is 75. So 66 minus 75, that means it return the minus value, negative value. So this is the compare to function. And what about the case sensitivity? When we return capital blue J, suppose I am written here Java, that is in small letter, and capital Java, that is in capital letter. So it return the 32 because it doesn't ignore the case sensitivity. It check the small j, that means the ASCII code of small j, that is different, and the ASCII code of capital J is different. So it's subtract the ASCII code of capital J, small j and capital J, and it get the output, that is 32. For the solution of this one, we also use the one more function, that means compare to ignore case. This is the next function, compare to ignore case. In the compare to ignore case, it also ignore the case sensitivity. So compare to ignore compare to ignore case, and let's compile. There is no syntax error, and the output is, wait a minute, and let's check the answer. First is first string I am written Java, second string capital Java, capital J, Java. It will return 0 because for the compare to ignore case, it ignore the case sensitivity. That means it has the small j and capital J. Both are same for the equal compare to ignore case. So next to move to the next function is trim function. Trim function is used to remove the unnecessary space of the string. Trim function is used to remove the unnecessary space of the string. In a string, any space is present in the front of a string or the end of a string, the string function remove all these spaces. Suppose when here I am written here s1 dot trim, s1 dot trim. Now there is no need of this function, so I am here put the comment line. So the result is p, that means it is P is a, now P is a string because it also return the string value. So let's compile. Oh, semicolon is missing. Semicolon. Let's compile. There is no syntax error. Then enter any string. Suppose I am press here, press. You can clearly see that here I am written nothing. I am written. I am only written the space, and the computer, and space. So you can see that I am written here how much 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 space, but the result is never space included in this string. Never space included in this string. So trim function remove the space in front of string and this front of last string. If you are never if you are confusing with the output, you can check with the count the length function. So I am here count the s1 length, l1 is equal to s1 dot length, and after that, after using the trim function, let's count the length of l2 is equal to new string is p dot length. So now Control C, Control V. Length of first string is equal to plus L1, and next is C, length of second string is L2. Sorry, this is I, L1, L2, and the data type of L1 and L2 is int L1 comma L2. So you can easily see the difference between with the trim function and without the trim function. Firstly, clear this output string, clear all the thing. Next, run a program. So enter string, that means in the first one I am giving the space and the Java. So you can see that the length of the first string, that means 18. That means it count the space. There is how many character? 4 character. 4 character plus 14 space. 14 space I am given. So it count the 18. And the length of second string that means this one. There is the length of this string. You can see the length of this string is 4, because after the trim function it remove all the space, but the length of this function, that means without removing the space, it contain the 18. So the trim function remove the unnecessary space of the string. Next one is next function is end with or start with. End with function check the particular string is in with the particular string or not. That means if the input is my favorite subject is maths. My favorite subject is math. So we have to check this string is end with maths or not. So yes, it is end with math because my favorite subject is math, and math is also included in the last of that string. So this function check the string is particular end with or not, and they start with, suppose I am written my favorite subject in math. So that word started with the first one letter, first one word, that is my. So it checked the particular string is start with my or not. So that is the difference between the two function. Start with function check the firstly key particular character is start with that word or not, and the end with function check the particular string is end with that word or not. So let's see that. Suppose I am written here, remove this one. We are taking two strings. In the S1, I am giving that computer is fun. And the second string, I am giving S2, that is fun. And we let's check, put down. Let's check the S1 is end with S2 or not. That means S1, we have to write result P is equal to S1 dot ends with S2 semicolon. Let's compile. Oh, semicolon. Compile the program. H2, H2, H2. Oh, there is no need of this one. Ends with the H2. There is error because it give the value in true or false. So the data type of P is Boolean. The data type of P is Boolean because it check the particular character is in with or not. If ends that it return true, otherwise it will return false. Let's compile our program. To the output enter any string. Suppose I am written computer is fun, and second string we have written fun. So false because I am not written here fun, that is fu. So this string doesn't end with fu. This string doesn't end with fu. So it will return the false value. And let's give the same value. Suppose I am written there is fun. So and the second string is fun. So it will return true because this string end with the true. And let's see the next function, that is start with, end with, and start with, and compile. No syntax error. Let's see the output. First string again computer is fun, and the second string computer. So it will return also true because this string is start with the computer. So start with function check that the particular string is start with that word or not. So this is the start with and the end with function. Next function, the last function is the value of function. Next is a value of function. This function convert the value into a different data type. That means it convert the integer value, string value into a integer value, and the string into a double and a float. That means it will change the data type and convert the data type from string to another data type. Suppose I am written here, I am given here two string, that is S1 and S2. If you want to convert this to string, so suppose in a S1 I want to convert into a integer. So I have to written here integer dot value of and the S1. The S1 string will converted into a integer type. So I is equal to, and what is the data type of the I? The data type of I is integer because the string s1 convert into a integer. Suppose we want to convert into a float, then here written f is equal to float, float, float dot value of float dot value of s2 s2 semicolon, and the result is not P, that is I, control V, that is F, because we have to convert the data type into a float, float F semicolon. We have to convert S1 string into an integer string and integer value, and S2 string into a float value. So let's see. Enter any string. Suppose I am written here any string value. So I am written here fun, and the second one is computer, and you can see that there is one exception, that is number format exception. Why it is occur? Because we have to given the alphabet, that is fun and computer. So remember one thing, the string that contain a alphabet can't be changed into a number or a float value or integer value. The alphabet can't change in a number or alphabet. So if you want this, clear firstly all the thing. If you really want to convert, so you have to give the only numbers in a string, because string contain the numbers, alphabets, digits. So you can give only the numbers. So first string I am written here, 345. That is also 345 is a string because it is included with the double quote. And the second is 45.90. This is also a string. So the result is 345 and the 45.90. So this is a string and this is also a string. ये डिफरेंट समझ में नहीं आ रहा होगा क्योंकि दोनों चीजें सेम आपको दिख रही है कि जो पहला है 345 इज ऑल्सो स्ट्रिंग एंड 45.90 इज ऑल्सो स्ट्रिंग। कैसे बोल रहे हैं, कैसे चेंज हुआ? तो ये जो है नंबर्स हैं बट ये एक्सेप्ट किस में हुए हैं, ये एक्सेप्ट हुए हैं हमारे, ये एक्सेप्ट हुआ है हमारे इन डॉट नेक्स्ट लाइन में। मतलब वो क्या है, 345 हमारा स्ट्रिंग है। दूसरा क्या है हमने जो दिया है, सेकंड नंबर क्या है 45.90। 45.90 वो भी क्या है, स्ट्रिंग है, लेकिन इसको हमने कन्वर्ट किया है वैल्यू ऑफ से इंटीजर में और फ्लोट में, तो ये हम लोग का रिजल्ट मिल चुका है। ठीक, तो ये तो हम लोग का लास्ट फंक्शन। थैंक यू।